Hey, what's up, everybody? Well, it's been a few weeks since I last posted anything, and it's kind of been for good reason. I think tonight what I'm going to try and talk about a little bit, it might be broken up into a few different segments here, kind of describing several of the upgrades I've done here this weekend on it, and just kind of waiting on parts and whatnot to get here. So let's, without further ado, let's get started. So, of course, everybody knows what this is. This is Project Mad Max. One of the things I love about RC is, trying to get things to look as scale as you possibly can. I mean, this isn't a scale vehicle by no means, but, off-road trucks, Baja style trucks or stadium trucks or whatever. Sometimes they do have lighting setups on them that just fit the profile per se of what the scale full scale versions would actually be. So one thing that I did purchase here, I went ahead and purchased the Kraken. This is the long version. This is the 10-inch light bar for 5th scale vehicles. So it's 15 LEDs. I've got it running on a separate 3-cell LiPo pack that is completely independent of the radio system. So it doesn't necessarily depend on that setup to run as of yet. I might go ahead and switch it over to where it's a transmitter controlled or whatever, but for now it's a simple push button setup that I can just simply come in here, turn it on just by hitting one button, or turn it off. These things are uber bright. Purchased them from DDM. And they are super cool. Let me see if I got a part number here. Here it is. I don't know if we can read it or not. There we go. That's the part number. There we go. There's the part number. It's made by Kraken, right? Okay. So, for the exterior, that's kind of what I did. A few other things that I did do. I got the Axis RC pin keeps. They're actually called cage keepers. Tired of the pins I did have. They just didn't. They were okay. They worked all right, but these are much beefier. No modifications to the chassis were needed. They fit just spot on, and everything works. So, got a set of those, and then let's see what else. Oh, okay. Some other things I've done. Let's see if I can. I went ahead and got the inner fender wells, rear fender wells for, these are from Full Force RC. Part number is this. Let's see if we can get it. There we go. That's your part number. Got that. All these parts I've picked up from DDM, so if you got questions about that or whatever, just message me. And or if the part number doesn't come across, just comment and I'll get you a part number for it. So got those. The only modification I had to do was for the exhaust, and it's really kind of hard to see, but I had to trim out the inner fender well kind of right down in there. And I'm going to pull this cage off here in a second. I'll show you in more detail. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this, And through the magic of TV, you'll see it without the cage on here in a second. Alright, hold on. Okay, we are back. So this is kind of the simple setup I've got for the lights. Simple push button type of setup. I mean, it's really easy. Nothing hard. It's a itty bitty little LiPo, 800 milliamp. So that's probably going to get bumped up. I've got a different one that I can use, but anyway. So the trimming happens right there. So I had to trim that out for the exhaust pipe for that Victory RC pipe. So anyway, let's move on to some other things. Alright, some other stuff that I did was I replaced the factory drag link with the Team Chase, Team Chase drag link that's got the serviceable ball bearings. Very, very easy to install. Took like 10 minutes to do, only because I was just taking my time. It's like 45 bucks from DDM. It really reduces the amount of play in your steering significantly. Really good piece. Really good piece. Let's see. Oh, yeah, here we go. The other thing I purchased was the MIP. What do they call it? This is the header bolt lock wire kit for the Losi 5. So this is part number MIP. The MIP stuff is just top notch. You can't. I mean, it's super. This took a little bit more to install, as you gotta put the studs in, and then once you get the studs put in, you put your lock washers on, and then you put your nuts on it that have holes in them, and then you take your wire and wrap it through the nuts, and then twist it a bazillion times, and then wrap it around, and you end up coming up underneath the header here, back into the holes on this nut here, and then you twist it, and you're good to go. That's the same style of locking bolts and nuts as what aircraft manufacturers do. You know, it works really well. I've seen that on numerous planes that I've been around. One of the good parts about my job is that I help manage the network, computer network for an air museum close to, in the same town that I work. It's a municipal air museum, so I get to venture out to a lot of the airplanes and get to look at those, and it's quite amazing to see all that history and whatnot. But if you're in the Midwest, check out the Air Museum in Liberal, Kansas. It's got 107 planes or so, and it's a really cool deal. Anyway, it's kind of a shameless plug for that, but anyway, it's a great museum. But anyway, let's see. I think that's all I really did. Yep. So, anyway, to kind of recap, you know, I went ahead and added lights and the header bolt kit, which anybody that's had one of these knows how much of a pain in the rear that is, trying to get a hex-headed Allen wrench in there. It's impossible. The Team Chase drag link, and then of course our Axis RC cage keeps here. So anyway, everybody have a blessed week, and we will catch you on the flip side. Laters.